Hi, my name is Laurie Tanya, manager of FidesFashion. I'm here to show you how to take your measurements. Please, we will be taking the measurements in inches. Before you take your measurements, you should wear a bra that you'll be wearing the dress with. Before you take your measurements, I would like you to put on some bands which will help you take the measurements correctly. These bands are carefully placed at circumferences where you'll be taking measurements. This one is for the bust, this for the waist, and this band for the hip. The bust measurement is taken on the most protruding portion of your breast. We will first take the circumferences, starting from the bust, making sure that the tape measure is horizontally straight. And not like this. And not like this or like this. In order to get to your true waist, pull out your fingers like this. Stand straight and tilt your body this way. You tilt your body this way where it folds in. Where the folds comes, you put your finger there to mark it as the waist, and you tilt to the other side where the fold is, and then you put your finger there. So this is your true waist. That is where you get your true waist. Then you put on a band, as I've done to the dummy here. You put on the band, which will help you to measure correctly. For the waist measurements, it should be straight, horizontally straight. Unless you have big tummy, you have to measure under your bust. Like this. Then to the hip measurement. You measure it like this. Armhole circumference. Start from your shoulder point, wrapping the tape around the armpit back to the starting point. Make sure it is not too tight or too loose. Front chest. At your front, where your armpit curves inward, measure straight across to the other side. Back chest. At your back, where your armpit curves inward, measure straight across to the other side. Bust span. Measure from one apex of the center of one bust to the other apex of the other bust. Now we are going to measure our shoulder length. It's also from the neck to the point of the shoulder. Now we are going to measure from your neck to the bone here that is joining your arm to your shoulder. It's called the shoulder length. From the neck here to from neck to the shoulder point. Which is 4 inches. In measuring across shoulder back, start from one shoulder point. Move along the shoulder length, passing through the nape to the other side of the shoulder point. We will now be taking the vertical measurement, starting from the neck to the collarbone, then from the neck to the bust, then from neck to waist. Please make sure in measuring the neck, it should be at the junction where your neck and your shoulder meets. Here. That is where your tape measure should be placed. But mind you, if your tummy is big, your waist will be from the neck to your under bust, as indicated earlier on. For this dummy, the neck to the collarbone is 2.5 inches. Neck to the bust is 10 inches. Neck to the waist is 17 inches. But if your tummy is protruded or you have a big tummy, let's say this dummy has a big tummy, so you measure the true waist from the neck to the under bust. This is under the bust, which is 13.125 inches. Then we measure the back full length, which is also from where you measured your front full length, that point, down to the back waist, making sure it is straight. And the measurement we are getting, according to the dummy, is 14.125 inches. Bust radius. Measure from your bust point or apex to the underwire of your bra. From the side view, put your tape measure on the apex at the center of the bust to the underwire of your bra. Then you measure from the waist to the hip in the center, not the side. So according to this dummy, from waist to hip is 9 inches. Now to the shoulder slope. From this point, to the center of your waist, your front. If you have a big tummy and you measured to the underbust, it will be in the center here. To be in the center here where you took the waist measurement. According to this dummy, it is 17.5 inches. Mind you, we do not want to measure in this manner. We are getting 18 here, or this manner. We are getting 16.5. After measuring the front shoulder slope, take a note of the shoulder point where you started the slope from, and put your tape measure there in order to measure the back shoulder slope. So you measure from that shoulder point to the center of your back. From the dummy is 14.5 inches. One side of the neck to the other base of the neck. Assume a horizontal line joining these 2 points and starting in the middle of these 2 points on the spine line. Put your tape measure there and measure along the spine down to the waist.